Yes guys, welcome back to the Matchday experience. Today we're off to a non-league game to see Boreham take on Wrexham. Interestingly, we're also sitting with the Wrexham fans today in the away end, so let's go. So then guys, off we went. We got onto the train to go to Boreham Wood as they took on Ryan Reynolds' Wrexham. But before we go any further than that, I just wanted to say a massive thank you, as recently we hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which if you don't know was a massive target from me right from the start. But anyway guys, let's go to today's game. Okay guys, we have now arrived in Boreham Wood. I haven't seen the teams yet, but what I do know is that this is a top of the table clash. Before kickoff, as you can see here, it's second up against third. I'm really looking forward to this one, so let's go to the stadium. And there it is. We are now in Boreham Wood. We are in. I don't know if there are seats, but let's go to something. We are in. There are both terraces and seats here, so I think we're going to sit down for a bit and then maybe stand for some of the game. I don't really know any of the players, to be honest with you, so I'm going to say 2-1 Wrexham. Luke, what do you think?
3-0 Wrexham.
3-0, right, let's see what happens. Teams are out warming up now. So then we had another quick pan around the stadium, a nice one actually, I really liked it. We also got some food and I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video along with the stadium, but first they had Dr. Pepper, so Smith would have been happy. Okay guys, we're now standing in the terraces, just had burgers as well. The women gave us loads of onions, which was brilliant. They were nice, £6.50, quite expensive, however, pretty tasty. Anyway, there are now 5 minutes going to a kickoff, let's see what happens. Here's a quick look at the scoreboard for today, and in case you forgot who Boreham Wood were playing.
Wrexham, 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 Wrexham. Red ball!
Right, it's a ruler. 12 minutes played, not too much has happened. I'd say Wrexham's slightly on top, to be honest with you. And I honestly think there could be more Wrexham fans here than Boreham Wood. Luke doesn't agree, he thinks there's more Boreham Wood. I think maybe about the same, but either way there's a lot of away fans. Anyway, so it turns out that Luke was right and I was wrong. However, it was very close. Almost half of the attendance was made up of the Wrexham fans. And also guys, can someone please tell me, possibly from Wrexham, what this says on this guy's shirt in the comments? Because I have absolutely no idea, but I really want to know. So if somebody could let me know, I'd really appreciate it. Definitely putting a body mark on my Christmas list because I'm sure I'm very quiet. I also have a cold, so that's why my voice is a bit gone. Very well played. Oh! Penalty shouts from Wrexham at one end, but soon after that, Boreham Wood came down the other end and they had this chance. That Grealish has been battered all game. So shortly after this guy got his Be Real win for the day, Boreham Wood had a chance and they certainly made the most of it. Boreham Wood have just scored. I'd arguably say it's against the run of play, to be honest with you. Wrexham have been the better side. Luke, what do you think, mate?
It's been a bit better, but poor defending.
Yeah, definitely should have got rid of that. Not too sure what this guy was doing and what he had in his pockets. However, I do know that the Wrexham fans were very annoyed with the ref's decision. I have to say, since Boreham Wood scored, they've definitely been a much better side. I said Wrexham on top before, but Boreham Wood definitely looked more in control. So after a lot of questionable decisions and some cheating perhaps, Boreham Wood went in 1-0 up at the break. So it's now half-time. Boreham would lead 1-0 at the break, and I would say, to be honest, they look the better side, especially after their goal went in. Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Boreham would have been much better. A bit flat from Wrexham.
Yeah, not winning enough 50-50s as well, but let's see what happens in the second half.
But guys, before the second half starts, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's the Matchday experience, same as the YouTube.
Much better start to the second half for Wrexham. Really positive there. Good corner, good play as well on the break.
After some loud encouragement from the fans, Wrexham finally made the most out of their chance.
Wrexham are back in the game, 1-0, and it's fully deserved. They've been the much better side so far in the second half in the opening stages, and it's good to see. The crowd are really livening up as well. Come on. Boreham thought they were back in front, but fortunately the flag was up for offside. Wrexham definitely the much better side now. Go on. Finish. Go on. I mean, it's definitely a dive, let's be honest, but you've got a claim for it. There's another chance. Oh, whipped in towards the back post, but no one was there. The game appears to be getting a little bit feisty at the moment. A couple of the fans aren't too happy, one or two with a dodgy trim. We'll see what happens here. The elbow was a little bit higher, but I don't know. He is not happy, I'm telling you now. Nothing has happened. Not even a yellow for all of that. After so much delay, nothing's happened. Wrexham just got a free kick. The referee's been awful, so it's about time something went their way.
Nice.
Oh, too much. Paul Mullin, club legend. There he is.
Edge.
Chance to Wrexham, both sides really going for it in the second half. I can see a goal coming on the counter attack. But come on, Wrexham.
Dynamite. We got Super Bowl.
10 minutes to go, it's fairly even. We really want to see a last minute win here, preferably for Wrexham, obviously for Wrexham. And to be honest, I think if one of the sides is going to get a last minute winner, it will be Wrexham. So let's see what happens. There we go.
Unfortunately, neither side could find a winner in today's game between Boreham Wood and Wrexham, so it did finish 1-1, and here are my thoughts.
So guys, that is it from Meadow Park. It finishes Boreham 1. Boreham Wood 1, Wrexham 1. To be honest, I think it was quite fair, the result. But if any side had to win, I'd definitely say Wrexham. They were the better side, their fans were excellent. Boreham Wood were quite quiet, except they were at the other end of the stadium. But for me, a nice game, and it's time now to rate the day.
But before we did that, we saw some more appreciation between the fans and the players. This player also tried to give the ball away. And eventually he did give the ball away, but after that we walked past this flag with some Welsh fans, this goal, and now it is time to rate the day. So guys, it's that time in the video where I rate today's experience based on the game. So as usual, we have atmosphere, stadium, value, scoreboard, and then would I come back. But kicking off with atmosphere, it wasn't amazing, it wasn't awful. For non-league level, it was okay. So for me, I've gone for 6 out of 10. I think that's a very fair score, to be honest with you. At parts of the game it was good, but with others it was very quiet, to be honest. And the stadium, it wasn't too bad at all. For non-league level, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I've seen a lot worse, but I have seen a couple better, so I think a 7 out of 10 is the perfect score for this one. And now the value, how much did this one set us back? Well, I can tell you now, it was £12, which for an under 16 isn't too bad at all. For an adult, it would have been brilliant, but for an under 16, I've only gone for 6 out of 10, especially because the burgers were really expensive as well. So the food and drink comes into play with that score. Next up is the controversial and penultimate one. It is, of course, the scoreboard. Now, this one was a 2 out of 5 for me because it was just pretty average. There was only one of them. It showed the score, it showed the time, and that was about it, to be honest with you. And now, finally, based on today's experience, would I come back to Meadow Park and to Boreham Wood? No, I wouldn't actually, because the fans were really average. The stadium's alright. I mean, it wasn't too bad at all, but I have to say, if it was Wrexham that we're talking about, their fans are very good. They played some nice football too. That's not to say Boreham Wood were awful, but I just think Wrexham just deserved it a little bit more. They just seem to be a bit more passionate, and the team, I just like the overall feel. So to Wrexham, yes, I would go back, and hopefully at some point this season or next season, we will be going to a home game for Wrexham. However, obviously it's in Wales, so it's miles away, but we shall see. Anyway, moving on to the league table, as you can see, Boreham Wood sits 16th, second from bottom. Not the best score, but not the worst, of course. But anyway, guys, those are my scores. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. But after that, it was unfortunately time to leave Meadow Park, head back onto the train, and go home. And that's exactly where I am now. So thank you very much for watching this video. A big thanks as well to Luke for joining me in this one. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you are new around here, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and also turn on the notifications so that you can be one of the first in my next video, which will hopefully be Spurs versus Newcastle tomorrow. And there could be a little surprise in that one too. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.